Okay, good evening. Welcome to our January 5th, 2016 Ogden City Council meeting. Let the roll call reflect that all council members are present. We are happy to have our two new council members with us today for their first council meeting, official council meeting. And the first item on our agenda is the common consent portion of our agenda. I have two items on there. Do I have a motion?
Chair Heyer, I'll make a motion that we adopt the two items of common consent. First, to set the public hearing, and second, to approve the appointment of Councilmember Richard Heyer to the Weber Sewer District.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Garner, seconded by Councilmember Lopez to approve the common consent agenda and set a public hearing for January 19th on the budget amendment and appoint Richard Heyer to the Central Weber Sewer Board, District Board. This is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Thank you for your confidence in my appointment to the Sewer Board. I'm looking forward to that, so thank you very much. Next item is approval of the minutes. The special meeting on October 13th, 2015. Vice Chair White.
Yes, Chair Heyer, I reviewed those and found them to be correct.
Study session on October 20th, 2015. Councilmember Stevens.
Yes, Mr. Chair, they're correct.
And the work session on October 27th, 2015. Councilmember Blair.
Yes, thank you, Chair Heyer. I have reviewed those minutes and found them to be accurate.
And finally, the study session on October 27th, 2015. Councilmember Garner.
Yes, Chair Heyer, I've reviewed those minutes and found them to be correct, and I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Garner, seconded by Councilmember Blair to approve the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? Next item is reports from the administration. First is the interagency loan agreement.
Lisa will be handling that.
Welcome back, Ms. Stout. Always nice to have you.
Thank you, Chair Heyer, Vice Chair Wick, council members. I am here on behalf of administration to address the resolution before you this evening to allow the city to loan money to the RDA for a temporary loan to be paid back by July 31st of 2016 in the next budget cycle. And the amount of the loan will be for $340,000, and the purpose will be to purchase and demolition properties in the RDA areas. This loan will earn interest for the city in the amount of 0.65%, which matches the PTIF or the treasurer fund that the city currently has funds in. There is no budget associated with this action because the funds are already budgeted. This is under the HELP loan, which is city funds used for housing improvements within the city. We need your approval to allow the city to loan this amount to the RDA because it exceeds their loan requirements. Do you have any questions regarding this resolution?
Lisa, concerning the money in the HELP fund, this is a small portion. What is it keeping the HELP fund plenty healthy?
It is. We spoke to Ward Ogden, the neighborhood development manager, and he has what he is aware of that he needs these funds for will not exceed what will be available after this loan is made. There's about $415,000 in that fund as of today.
Okay, great.
And I appreciate that you separated the two different projects here. Are we going to account for that separately as well?
We'll put those in separate accounts when the appropriation is made in the RDA. No problem.
Any other questions for Ms. Stout? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, concerning this interagency loan agreement, do we have a motion?
Chair Heyer, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the interagency loan agreement, proposed resolution 2016-1.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Nadolski, seconded by Councilmember Lopez to adopt Resolution 2016-1. This is a roll call vote.
Councilmember Blair?
Aye.
Councilmember Gardner?
Aye.
Councilmember Lopez?
Aye.
Councilmember Nadolski?
Aye.
Councilmember Stevens?
Aye.
Vice Chair White?
Aye.
Chair Heyer?
Aye, that passes. It was good to get those motions from our brand new, no motions in second. Good to get that under your belt. Good job. Next item is item B, contribution agreement for Series 2016 Redevelopment Agency revenue refunding bonds.
Chair, as Laura's coming up, I just wanted to say thank you to her on the record. We've worked on these bonds for 9 years. And, I mean, put a lot of time and effort, and there was no payday until we actually refund these bonds for Laura. So for 9 years, she's put in, and her staff put in a great deal of effort. I just wanted to say thank you, because she didn't have to do that. And like I said, we've agonized over these because of the swap, and we won't get into what a swap is, but they're difficult and causes some difficulty in getting these refunded. But I really appreciate Laura and her extra effort on this.
Thank you.
For the record, that was not her fault that we were in the swap.
Welcome, Ms. Lewis.
Thank you. I'm like a bad penny. I just keep turning up. This particular resolution ties to the action that the RDA took an hour or so ago. And in order to structure the bonds so that we can get the highest rating and therefore the lowest rate, allowing you the greatest use of your tax increment so that more of it can go to other things besides paying interest to bondholders, we have structured the transaction so that we are, in essence, utilizing this contribution agreement and the monies available under it legally. The bondholders could come in and say, we demand that you pay us monies from your franchise fee revenues. They cannot demand that you pay them from any other source. This contribution agreement, if the city approves it, will allow us to pledge those franchise fee revenues, which the bond market views as much more stable and reliable, and they're able to analyze them than they can tax increment revenues. The tax increment revenues, if we were to keep the structure that we had in place, there would be somewhere between 4 and 8 bond issues, depending upon what we could pledge to each bond issue and whether that piece could be tax exempt or taxable. This makes it a much easier transaction, much more highly rateable, and puts the city in no different position than you were in previously, which we discussed at the work session a couple of weeks ago. So that is what this agreement is that the City Council is adopting, saying that you understand that the council is supporting the actions of the RDA by agreeing to pledge your franchise fee revenues to repay the tax increment debt. The city will get reimbursed because of the loan agreement that was just discussed, the monies that will flow from the tax increment and lease revenue sources from the RDA to make the city whole. You have more than one-to-one debt coverage based on those revenues, and we're very cognizant of how we're structuring the debt to make sure that those revenues will cover that debt, and you should not ever need to actually use the franchise fee revenues to make the debt payment.
But it's the primary.
It is the primary source, that's right.
If needed.
If needed, that's right.
Any more questions for Ms. Lewis? Thank you for all the work you've put forth on the city's behalf on this.
I will be really happy to put this one to bed.
Thank you so much. Okay. We would like to accept public input on this item. If you have anything to say about this item, please bring it forward now. Okay. Looks like it's interesting we can talk about chickens and cats, but when we have $30 million, nobody wants to talk about it. So,
If there's
go ahead.
no further discussion, I will go ahead and make a motion that we adopt proposed resolution 2016-2.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Blair, seconded by Councilmember Garner, to approve or accept Resolution 2016-2. This is a roll call vote.
Councilmember Gardner,
Aye.
Councilmember Lopez,
Aye.
Councilmember Nadolski,
Aye.
Councilmember Stevens,
Aye.
Councilmember Blair,
Aye.
Vice Chair White,
Aye.
Chair Heyer.
Aye. And that passes.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
the material that we received, I think Janine Ellersmith made a graphic there that was that explained it to us very clearly, and I appreciate that information. So
We do have a wonderful staff, and Ms. Eller Smith is always very creative with her graphics. We appreciate her work in those areas. Thank you. All right, the next item on our agenda is new business. First is election of a council chair, so I will open up the nominations for council chair for 2016.
Higher, at this time, it would be my honor to nominate Marcia White as council chair.
Okay. Do we need a second for these nominations? We do not, do we? Okay. And are there any other nominations? All right. Then we'd like to hear from Councilmember Vice Chair White. You can give us your pitch.
My pitch?
Give us your pitch.
Well, I just, I've been focusing over the last couple of years on benchmarking and metrics, and, I kind of am focusing on strategic planning, and I think that by sitting in a position of chair that I might be able to help facilitate bringing new top 5 visions to the council. So that's kind of what I'd like to do.
Okay. We will have a roll call vote on accepting this nomination.
Actually need a motion.
Okay. We need the motion for,
Marcia White as chair.
I will make a motion that we adopt or approve Councilmember Marcia White as our chair.
Second.
okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Garner, second by Councilmember Lopez to approve Councilmember White as the chair for year 2016. This is a roll call vote.
Councilmember Blair,
Gladly, aye.
Councilmember Gardner,
Aye.
Councilmember Heyer,
Aye.
Councilmember Lopez,
Aye.
Councilmember Nadolski,
Aye.
Councilmember Stevens,
aye.
Councilmember White,
Aye.
Okay, that passes. Okay. I will open up nominations for council vice chair at this time.
Chair Heyer, I'd like to nominate Councilmember Blair to the position of Vice Chair.
And I'll second that,
We have a motion by Councilmember Nadolski.
even though it didn't need a second.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, we have that motion to, for Councilmember Blair as vice chair. Councilmember Blair would like to make your pitch.
Well,
Are there any other?
Are there any other nominations? Sorry. You'd think I'd get this right after 2 years.
that
of
made the
this.
pitch a lot easier.
Okay. There are no more nominations.
Okay, well, I just excited about our new council, and I'm excited about our new chair, and I would welcome the opportunity to be able to work with her and move forward and continue to keep the progress going. So,
All right. Thank you. Do we have a motion?
I will make a motion that we adopt and approve Councilmember Bart Blair as our vice chair.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Garner, seconded by Councilmember Nadolski, to approve Councilmember Blair as vice chair for year 2016. This is a roll call vote.
Councilmember Gardner,
Aye.
Councilmember Heyer,
Aye.
Councilmember Lopez,
Aye.
Councilmember Nadolski,
Aye.
Councilmember Stevens,
Aye.
Councilmember White,
Aye.
Councilmember Blair.
aye.
That also was unanimous. Okay. We'll get to you in a minute. This is public comments period. This is an opportunity to...
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
Have the administration of the
Oh, we have to
oath
do
of
the...
office.
Sorry, I missed item C. So, here we go. We have our recorder, Tracy Henson, here to administer the oath of office for the chair and vice chair.
Yeah, that does
This is
help.
more than 24 fonts. I love that. Brandon.
Chair White and Vice Chair Blair, if you would please stand, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and that I will discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
of my office with fidelity.
of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Sorry.
All right, now we're at public comment. This is an opportunity to address the council regarding your concerns or ideas. Please state your name and address for the record. Limit your comments to 3 minutes. Seeing no movement, comments from Mayor Caldwell.
Absolutely. First, huge congratulations to Chair White and Vice Chair Blair on your new assignments. I'd also like to give a huge thank you to Councilman Heyer now, I suppose, for your efforts and service over the last 2 years. I've appreciated being able to work with you in that capacity. I think it's great. And I'll just say, Councilman Nadolski and Lopez, you both look fantastic down there. It's fun to see you both make your motions, and welcome to the council, and I look forward to working with you both. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. Council members, any comments?
I'd like to thank Councilmember Heyer for his service as our chair. I think he set a positive tone for our council working with administration, and I think we've accomplished the things that we need to have done and accomplished, and I thank you for your service and your effort on that.
Thank you, appreciate that.
And Councilmember Heyer, thank you also. And I know you still have ideas and other things that you still have that you may want to propose, and I would encourage you to do that, as I would encourage all of the council members to do that. Let's put these two to work.
I agree. Any other comments?
Yeah, I have a quick comment that's not related to that. I want to say that I want to give a shout out to Todd and the gang at Mount Ogden Golf Course. They are grooming the golf course. It is so beautiful. If you have not gone out there, you need to get out there. So
Pass that along.
Thank you. I would like to say, as the past 2 years that I've served as chair, it has been a real honor to serve you as council members, and I have tried very hard to make sure that everyone's voice was heard and that those things were all considered, to make sure that things went smoothly and that there was respect amongst each other, even in contentious issues. I am very happy to give my full support to Chair White and Vice Chair Blair, and issue you a charge to do those same kinds of things, to work hard and to keep communication open between all council members, and to keep the administration's feet to the fire on some of those things. In as much as we do have equal forms of government, sometimes we need to kind of push our arm of government a little bit. So continue to do so. And that's all I'll have to say. I appreciate having that opportunity. We move into a new season now, and those things are good. So do we have a motion to adjourn?
I have a comment.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
So I've been given a lot of welcoming remarks today, and I just want to say that I really appreciate the welcoming from everybody. And this is truly a big honor for me to be here and experience my first meeting. And thank you for the people that are here also. I see some young person back there, and I appreciate you being here and listening to.
He gets extra points for staying.
Extra points? Okay. Okay. And just congratulations. Looking forward to your leadership, and also thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chair Heyer, if I can make a quick comment
Sure,
as well.
absolutely.
I wanted to say thanks, of course, for your service, and thank you to Chair White and Vice Chair Blair for being willing to step up and step in. But I also want to say a special thank you to the staff and administration for the onboarding that has been so smooth for Councilman Lopez and I. There's been a lot of issues that we've had to get up to speed quickly on, including tonight's vote on the bond restructure, which is a complicated issue, but they worked really hard to bring us up to speed and do it quickly, so thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. If there's no more comments, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Garner, seconded by Vice Chair Blair to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Just as a reminder, there is a City Council work session and a redevelopment agency work session immediately following, and the items to be discussed are listed on those agendas. And I will now turn over the gavel.
Yeah.
Here.